While the luxury goods market remains in focus as consumers feel the pressure from tariffs and from inflation, someone with a unique perspective on this is Sophia Webster, a luxury shoe designer of her namesake brand. Her footwear and accessories have appeared in the show just like that. And names such as celebrities Kim Kardashian and Jennifer Lopez are among their clients. I'm pleased to say that Sophia Webster joins us on set now. She also just released her first book, Oh My Gosh, I Love Your Shoes, to mark the 10-year anniversary of her brand. Sophia, great to see you.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm really happy to be here.
So we have a lot to talk about here, but I do want to start with the consumer. As I mentioned, I mean, that is squarely the focus of a lot of investors right now because it's rough out there. I mean, even though we have inflation leveling off in terms of rate of change, we know that prices are much higher than they were a couple years ago, and there's a lot of fears about what the next several months could hold. From where you're sitting, how is your consumer feeling right now?
Well, I can only speak for my brand. So as a British brand, I think that we the tariffs for us were pretty favourable. So we haven't really seen a huge effect from the tariffs because we produce in Spain, in Italy, in Portugal and Brazil. There's only really one item that I produce, which is a Minaudier box clutch that's produced in China. So we don't have that on our US website. But really, we haven't really seen that much of an effect. But I would think with it's caused a lot of confusion. So definitely the consumer confidence might affect us. It's hard to tell at the moment.
Yeah, well, that's where I'm really interested. It's really fascinating to hear that, you know, given where you do your production, you haven't really felt an impact necessarily when it comes to sort of your supply chain, that side of the business. But I mean, you look around the world right now and there are fears that we could see people start to pull back. But it sounds like what you're saying is you haven't seen that sort of behavior yet.
No, we haven't yet. And our customer she is very loyal as well, you know, so she always comes back, knows that they're going to get a product that has been designed with love. You know, there's a lot of attention to detail, there's great craftsmanship there. So I think, you know, brand loyalty right now is going to be key.
I'm curious if that even works even more so for you, because I mean, this goes beyond just the quality of the shoe. I mean, obviously you have a very unique style, a very unique aesthetic. Yeah. And, you know, there's this idea that even when you have hard economic times, people will indulge in certain luxuries to make themselves feel better. And I would think, you know, something like
a nice...
Speaking of yourself, I love shoes. By the way, we can get to the reason why you don't make men's shoes in a second. But I do wonder if that sort of insulates you from that. And you built this brand really organically. I mean, you really were from the bottom up, very digital forward, social media forward in a way that I think traditional manufacturers, traditional retailers aren't. And I do wonder if that helps you in this type of environment.
Yeah, definitely. I think we've always gone against the grain. We haven't done things just because that's the way they've always been done. You know, we've made decisions that we feel work for us as a brand, and also we really like celebrate our customer, and we have that communication with them, that direct communication. We've always had that. We love using their user-generated content. We show the customer off on our feed, and I think a lot of luxury brands don't operate like that. They're a lot more curated, let's say, and they don't necessarily have that same connection.
There's definitely an organic nature to it. I mean, we mentioned, of course, in the intro, your shoes are appearing in the new Sex and the City series, and they've appeared in other series. I mean, how does that come up? Because that's not necessarily organic. I assume your marketing folks have to talk to these folks and say, look, you know, it'd be great to get it. Or maybe I don't know, maybe it's just Sarah Jessica Parker or somebody just decided we're going to wear these shoes.
Well, for many years now, we have designed shoes with the red carpet in mind, or for celebrity wears. You know, when I first started my very first collection, I wanted to come out with a bang and get everyone's attention. So the shoes were very colourful, they were very playful, there was lots of details on them, beads, tassels. You know, I was just like throwing everything at it. And I soon realised that actresses, you know, on the red carpet in Hollywood, they you know, wasn't really appropriate for that. So then I went and spoke to a Hollywood PR agent, Heather Madison. She was really pivotal, I would say, in getting our shoes on the red carpet. And I asked her, like, what do I need to get the celebrities to wear my shoes? And she was like, you need metallics, you need satins, things that sparkle on the red carpet, things that act like a true accessory. So for me, it was very strategic to open that category up.
I saw some story. Is this true about Rihanna? How like you had given her a pair of the shoes and she just had them in her closet for like years, and then one day at some red carpet event she wore them, and of course the world went insane because Rihanna was wearing your shoes.
That's true. Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I actually wrote my book. Why that started was because it was about 5 years later, in the middle. I think we just got out of lockdown in the pandemic, something like that, and she came out with a whole, it was like an optical illusion outfit, and the shoes were like inspired by that as well, black and white checked, and I was like, wait, that's those shoes, and I gave them to her like 5 years earlier. So it was for me, that was just like, wow, because imagine the amount of shoes that Rihanna must get gifted in her orbit, the amount of fashion that must come and go, and the fact that she held on to those shoes because they were really special to her, that was, that's amazing.
Can you imagine how big her closet must be?
No,
if, she just had these shoes, hadn't seen them for 5 years, and found them one day. We don't have much time left, but I do want to ask this on behalf of Romaine. Would you ever get into men's shoes?
I did a loafer capsule collection once before, so I have done that. Yeah, I mean, I would love to do that. I'm definitely looking to open up new categories. I've got jewelry coming later this year.
You're doing bags?
So I already do bags. I do mini. I have a kids collection, but men's,
Yeah,
maybe.